Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, emotional, and mental health and emotional health paradigm. We do that as often as we can. We've got over 550 audios available for you to check out. And if you're looking for coaching, life, relationship, business, whatever, we can certainly do that. There's two ways to reach out to me. First is on Twitter at PO Perception. Second is here on YouTube. You can go to the About Me section. My webpage is there. You can go there, check it out, and ultimately get to a good space. This particular audio is about ways that you might be manipulating others and not know it. So the nature of that, there's basically 5 things that I want to run through here. The first is when you say you'll do everything yourself. Now, that is the use of guilt as an inversion in order to get people to be inspired. Rather than ask for help and look weak, you decide to say, I've got it, I've got everything, no worries, and all of a sudden they go, well, wait, that's not fair to you. And all of a sudden you've inverted guilt into making someone do something that they don't want to do or wouldn't have naturally done. We've all done it, and it's not necessarily malicious. However, a malicious person can use this to their advantage, and it can be difficult to know when you're doing this out of habit and when you're doing this out of malice. So check with yourself. Can you really handle everything on your own? Would you like help? Showing the strength to ask for help gives a person the ability to be of benefit to you, even if it's something small like carrying in your groceries or getting a door for you. People desire to be helpful to each other, and therefore when you overextend yourself, you're taking that small pleasure away from someone else. The next is overpromising. So the inability to say no and then look like a martyr is another way that we manipulate. Oftentimes a person who overpromises is afraid to say no. And so rather than confront that fear and work through it in a way that makes sense to them, then we basically get to a place where we start to not look at, healthy decisions or decisions that are in our greater good, and we go, well, I can do this and I can do that and I can do this, and then we do it. But we run ourselves down to the point where somebody thinks we're superhuman when in reality we're just stubborn. And so we gain a weird flex from overdoing it. And that is almost always never good. There are some weird cases where pushing through, for example, in an athletic, way might be beneficial, but very, very rare. Next is using the silent treatment. Now, if you're talking with somebody and they do something you don't like, the natural nature of the things is to just shut down rather than get into an argument. And we're taught to do that. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. But in reality, what it should be is if you can't say something nice, say you're upset and then don't say anything at all. Acknowledging the emotion of being upset is essential to the growth of the relationship in a healthy way. The silent treatment is a manipulation tactic most people are taught as children, which ultimately then becomes a default mechanism for when you want someone to feel guilty about what they've done, but you don't actually want to yell at them or get into a disagreement because you're trying to save your public image. So, while it is a good idea to remain silent so you don't say things that are untrue or hurtful intentionally, on the other hand, admitting you're upset and then going silent and saying, I need a minute, is ultimately worth taking a look at and a much more conducive strategy to getting a healthy relationship off the ground or continuing one. The next thing in this is you twist the facts. It's something as simple as, I didn't know that I was going to run late. Could be factually true. You didn't know because at the end of the day, you're not, the amazing Kreskin. And I've got to grab my phone, so I will be right back in 2 seconds to continue this conversation. At the end of the day, understanding that how we word things and how we entertain a worldview is one of the most important things we can ever do. Is super valuable, and again, understanding the benefit of knowing where you want to go and how you want to get there is an important part of communication. Um, Also, knowing that you have whatever you believe is necessary to get to a better place is important, and knowing that you are not responsible for what other people do, but you are responsible for what you say and the intentions, which is almost as equal to the words of what you say, is important. Being Having a flexible worldview while still maintaining your core values is essential to being able to act and conduct oneself with integrity. People struggle with integrity a lot for a number of reasons, but usually it comes down to wanting to be liked more than they want to do the what they believe the morally right thing is. Now, universal morality is a different debate for a different day. Some people believe it exists. Matter of fact, most people believe it exists. There are a group of people who do not believe that universal morality can exist because no two people are the same, and therefore universal morality would take away the fundamental concept of individuality. But that's a different concept for a different day. So hopefully this has been helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.